Hi everyone, Dr. Jeff here with you again today. We talked a little bit about orthotics last time, and today I talked about picking out the right shoe for running or walking. Can you wear a walking shoe to run in or a running shoe to walk in? You know, that's a good topic to talk about. So we're talking about a running shoe. A running shoe is, puts a lot more force through when you're running. It puts about 3 to 4 times your body weight through versus only 1 to 2 when you're using a walking shoe. A running shoe is very flexible, so you see it kind of bends all over the place. It's a lot lighter as far as weight is concerned. It's actually angled, so you can see it's kind of tapered here, because with runners don't land on their heels much as walkers do. They land a little more on the forefoot to the front. And for this reason, they don't have as much heel cushioning, but they actually have a cushion for your big toe. So they're not damaging your big toe when you're landing and pushing off. A running shoe, all right, generally is a little more flexible. Needs to be replaced about every 500 kilometers because of force going through. If you're an overpronator, overpronator is more flat-footed people. You might find a shoe that has built up in here a little more plastic to protect you. If you're an oversupinator, which is like less than 20% of the population, they kind of build up over here. So when you are looking for a shoe, you want to make sure you know if you're an overpronator, oversupinator, or neutral. So that's a running shoe. When you get into a walking shoe is much stiffer. You really can't bend it all that well. All right, much more stable shoe, a little bit heavier. Quite often it's made out of leather or that type of material. Because you're landing on your heel more, there's a heel cushion built in here. It's also flatter on the bottom, so it's not tapered like the running shoe, so it's easier to walk right through your gait. Right. When you're bending it, it will bend a little more in the middle when it does bend in the forefoot, unlike the running shoe where it's tapered and bends in the toes. Right. So a walking shoe, because you're not putting as much force through it, you can last about 800 kilometers before you have to replace it. Right? So a running shoe generally is, bends. It's a lot more flexible, more cushioning in the front. A walking shoe much stiffer, more cushioning in the back. So really, to wear a walking shoe to run in, you're really not going to get the flexibility out of your shoe you need. And likewise, a running shoe, if you're going to use it to walk, it really doesn't provide the stability in the ankle and the forefoot to wear. Then we have something called a cross trainer or a court shoe or whatever you want to call it. And this is kind of the best of both worlds. When they take this, it is flexible in the front to back, but it's a lot more stable sideways. And this is really important for squash players or badminton or tennis players, or if you're at the CrossFit class, when you're moving side to side, you get that ankle stability. So you're not going to be rolling your ankle going back and forth, but when you have to go forward, you get the push off and the bend to go forward. Unlike a walking shoe where you're trying to push forward, it's really going to hurt because it's not going to bend in the right spot. Also, your court shoe is going to have some cushioning, much like a walking shoe, because you get a lot more pressure going through your heel than you do with a running shoe. So when you're out shopping, you want to make sure you're shopping for the proper shoe. All right, if you're going to be walking, make sure you get a walking shoe. Running, you get a running shoe or a cross trainer to do the right thing. Because if you're not wearing the right shoe, it really irritates your feet. All right, I'm Dr. Jeff. I've got your back. I've got your feet. And if you have any questions with this video, you can always email me at jgoldsworth@goldswellness.com or reply to me on Facebook. Have fun picking out a shoe.